Hey there team, and welcome to Minas Tirith. This is from my point of view. Yep, I believe. Yep, good. I think what we got here, a 1, 2, 3, 4. I think this is a 4v4 siege. It's either a 4v4 or a 4v3. We'll have to see. Or you can just check the description, and down there should already be the numbers. I'm playing as Gondor today alongside another Gondor, and then I've got Cardlin. No, a Rohan and Dol Amroth. So yeah, okay, cool. I mean, Rohan, I like Rohan in a defensive siege. It's tough to do them on attack, so we'll see. That was Hurtum, right? That was Hurtum, yeah. So of course, but from a skilled player, you're always, you should always get some good work done. I'm just kind of rambling away for a minute because the defenders are going to take some time to get deployed, so I'm kind of just waiting for all the attackers to set up and ready up so that I'm not jumbling them around as we're changing. This is I think, in terms of recording, time of recording, I think this is the second video I'm recording in the new year. I've been struck down with a pretty nasty cold. The whole way through 2023, I had no illness, not a single one. 2024 started and I was absolutely floored. So hopefully that is not a sign of things to come. I hope that was just a one-time illness and then it would be gone for good for the year. But no, I've been absolutely floored from that. So I've not been able to do as much recording as I would like, but I'm hoping today to blast through a few because we've just had a new version of the test coming out. And there are some big changes in that between this version of the test and the new version. So I'm wanting to try and get through as much recording as I can because I don't want to have 3 different versions of Reforged sitting in my folder. But I've not moved at all now, so I think we'll get started. Double armor upgraded Axeman of Lasanak. For a siege assault, sometimes you're a little bit worried to take something to a shock axeman. But the Axeman Lasanak, with that double armor upgrade especially, they are so sturdy that, you want to take them for sure, because they can take a beating. Even if the enemy wants to start firing arrows at me and so on, they're going to resist a good bit of that damage. Next to them, these Gondorian infantry. Let me just check my fan for a second. Yep, it's A-okay. Lots and lots and lots of Gondorian infantry, all with that double armor upgrade. I'm in it for the grind for sure. They can, I can throw away some lives for a while and just kind of behave like a dwarf, I guess, with that heavy armor. Double fountain guard. These fountain guard are no longer a phalanx. They no longer fight like a halberdier. They're much more. I think they are still halberds, but they no longer have that halberd fighting animation. So they're still absolutely devastating units, but just going to be using them a bit differently than I did before. Next then, some guards of Osgiliath, so I do have that more typical phalanx with those pikes. In front of them, the veterans of Osgiliath. I think, can they receive 3 levels of armor upgrade now? This is them maxed out now with that triple armor upgrade, and I've got my general in with them, of course, because that's where I always used to put them, and now they've made the veterans even more beefy, so of course I'm going to keep them there. And so they're looking amazing there. Those sort of wings on their helms. Gondor spearmen there with no armor upgrade. I just didn't have the money to spend on them. I really just took them just to swat away enemy cavalry and plug up any gaps. I do have the Nimlothian honor guard there with these white capes. Looking gorgeous. Anything else that's crazy? I don't have the vanguard of King Elisar, unfortunately. No, they're not called that anymore. Wait, yeah, shoot. Pass, sorry, my brain broke. The Peligar Marines, two of those. And I've got archers somewhere. Oh, Gondorian archers. Totally zoomed past those guys. 1 level of armor upgrade. That's all I could spare for the Gondorian archers. Couldn't grab 2 armor upgrades for the boys today. My Gondorian ally, played by Tommy. We've got Gondorian infantry out front. Lots and lots and lots of them. Citadel Guard behind them. That's a unit I didn't actually take. AP in melee. I believe they still have an AP spear, but they do also have those javelins now as well. So really, really good pick for a siege. Let's go to 0.1 speed there. We do have a bit of shuffling around to do, but I don't want to miss anything. Veterans of Osgiliath. He's only gone, so you can see he's only gone for that double armor upgrade. Perhaps I'm mistaken. But he does have some spearmen. Armor upgraded with that double. Axeman Lasanak. Fountain Guard, of course, I think you'd be crazy not to take the Fountain Guard. Nimlothian Honor Guard there, and some more Fountain Guard. So that's his army. Quite similar to mine, just with those Citadel Guard, whereas I do not have them. Rohan, played by Hertim. So he's got his Riddermark Skirms. I think that's a good idea, especially Helm's Deep, God, Minas Tirith, because Minas Tirith is so flat. Outside, you can get some great work done with cavalry if you rush it out, so the likes of the Riddermark Skirmishers can chase the enemy down, and I believe they still do have a big old axe afterward. They do, yep, so they can go hacking and smashing down whatever's left. The Westmark Spears, over here some more Westmark Spearmen, getting ready to plug up that hole. He does also have his Dwarven Catapult there. The Rohirrim relying on the Dwarves to use their siege equipment, or to craft their siege equipment is quite a nice touch, I feel. Riddermark Axemen there, Westmark Marshals, lots and lots and lots of these Riddermark Axemen, so a hell of a lot of AP. They do have a shield as well, and some half-decent armour. Not amazing, but some armour. Eastmark Spearmen behind with their little javs to start off. Shield Maidens, of course, as well, and the Meadowsill Guard, with the Red Shields of Erkenbrand too. So yeah, not a massive army, but that's Rohan's not downfall, but that's Rohan's issue, of course. You know, you're never really going to get a massive force. Then over here, Warlord playing as Dol Amroth. He's got his Dol Amroth Men at Arms, or almost said like Dor and Ernal Men at Arms, but no. Again, lots and lots. So we've got so much of this armored sword and board grind, which is going to be quite an issue for the defenders. 2 of these Dol Amroth Spears. Behind them, some Talon Knights, 2 hit points, I believe a bit of mass, but they are, used for shield wall pushing either way. Halberds there, lots and lots and lots of halberds, so that's something, now that the Fountain Guard, they're no longer really that phalanx halberd, so that's going to be a nice touch for us to have alongside us. Then Perithel Champions, Belflots Marines, my voice is just dying there, and Haven Guard of Theland. So I did say I've gone through a cold. I hope to goodness that's gone, but we did just have a little falter there with my voice. I really just want to get some recording done. So either way, I'm going to be powering through this, even if my voice starts to die, because I really want to just start making some content again. We've started to make my way through my all the ones that I had saved up on YouTube already. So first of the defenders today, we have Harad, played by Y2K. He's got his champions in Afarat and those demons of the desert. Some of these South Rhun archers and South Rhun pikes. That AP pike is going to be a nuisance for us. Armor upgraded dismounted serpent guard. They are probably pretty damn good to deal with the likes of our Gondor infantry and Dol Amroth infantry. Those guys are hoping to sort of grind their way in. The dismounted serpent guard with a bit more skill than you normally expect from a sword and board, and that armor upgrade just to give them a bit more, more power. The Mahud Berserkers there, and the Beast Hunters too, so more and more AP. We're seeing not Mumikil, the Beasts of Gorgoroth there by Womb Raider. Over here, Trollmen of Harad, still got these lovely floating boxes and so on, and barrels. Anything else that's absolutely crazy from Y2K? No, not too much. So anyway, Womb Raider by playing as Mordor today. Nothing up on the walls either for the time being. Yeah, nope, getting ready just in case we were to break it down without waiting. I say Beasts of Gorgoroth can be a bit of a nuisance for us. Over here, Medexa playing as Rhun. We've got the Immortals there. Camel's Immortals with their, just single blade and no shield. Sapphire Bladesman, Scion Rim. These Dragon's Wrath crossbows going to be a big issue for us too. The Shadow Bows as well, those Rangers, no longer body piercing of course, but still nasty shots. And the Eastrong Crossbowmen, double armor upgrade of course, nice and golden. Then the rest of Womb Raider's forces, he's got his Orc Fodder over here. In front of them, some Shadow Bows, so that's more Rangers we're going to have to deal with. Sauron's Well. Morgul's Chosen. Some more Dunaim Shadow Bows. Over here, lots and lots of Maulers. Javies, Executioners without an armor upgrade today. Temple Guard there. We have the fearsome Olokai, and we won't be having any trolls to try and counter them. So we'll have to pick our units to go toe-to-toe with them well. Deary me, okay. I'll get through the army run through and I'll pause it because I've really got to go get some water. Then the orc maulers and more orc maulers. No armor upgrades for the boys though. So it does just seem to be a little 3v4 that we've got. I should have probably left at 1x speed actually, because now that I remember, we do just, of course, bust open some holes through the walls here with our catapult. Does everything seems slightly skinny today? Maybe I'm, oh, whoopsie daisies, there is the catapult, that dragon's breath catapult opened up, tried to bring us down there, but no, luckily our catapult avoided that. That would have been disastrous for us. But there seems, have I done something odd? It doesn't look bad, it just sort of, I feel like everything just feels slightly skinny today. But yeah, hard to say. Anyway, yeah, so the beasts, first thing, gonna have to find a fun way to deal with them. If we start coming in here and then the beasts are running back and forth through our forces, that's going to be a big problem. Olokai, again, trying to deal with those Olokai on the walls is going to be an absolutely horrific job for us. The Nimlothian Honor Guard, yeah, going to probably have to get thrown on to deal with them. And then, of course, the demons, the Dragon's Wrath crossbowmen, and so on, and all of those rangers. I think he tried to... we saw a little catapult shot coming into the... Oh! Lots of casualties there to the Serpent Archers. That's a bit of a shame for poor Y2K. But of course we're targeting the Dragon's Breath cannon. Now this is kind of interesting. So you're seeing he can't actually shoot at our crossbow right now. But our crossbow, I'm surprised that the crossbow actually got that arc. That's some good shooting. But yeah, Modexus is going to come forward a little bit more to make sure he can't get hit. But that's a lot of dead Serpent Guard there. Sorry, Serpent's... I was going to say Serpent's Fangs, because that's what they used to be, right? But no, now they are Serpent Archers. So yep, Catapult. Now continued to crash away. I love that it just bounces off like that every time it was doing that. Let's go back to 1x speed. I don't quite know why I slowed down there. Every time it bounced off, I was just so scared that it was going to bounce back and hit the catapult, but you can see that's why Hertum's doing this little sideway thing. He's not just shunting himself right up against it and hammering, because it would bounce back and rip him up. So we are taking some shots, but those are dwarves. Those are dwarves with nice shields. They are, they've got even some siege pieces to hide behind a little bit, so we were happy enough. If you want to go for some shots into them, A-okay. Over here, Warlord is fronting up. I'm taking my time, really, because, of course, there's no reason for me to really expose myself too much until the enemy has... until we bust open some holes in the walls. So my archers actually wanted to fire there. I think that might have just been a little bit of like they were on fire. Well, I don't think they fired a shot. I'm pretty sure. But the thing that I do like to do on Minas Tirith, because you've got such a long wall like this, I can start coming around here and try and get some shots. Again, like trying to make you feel unsafe inside your own walls. That's my vibe with my archers. So I want to move up like that a little bit. Continue to bust open that hole. Over here, now that the boys know which parts of the walls we're going for, they can feel a little bit more free to start positioning some troops on the walls. Also, we've only got one artillery piece. We don't have two. I can't remember if there was a limit. I think it was one artillery piece per team. I'm pretty sure that there was that limit. But yeah, over here, yeah, everything just feels slightly slim. It's like my aspect is off or something like that. I don't know. Oh, I do need to get a thumbnail at some point, don't I? Let's be on the lookout. We'll be on the lookout, okay? That looks kind of nice surf. Makes you think there's some dwarves involved. Nah, I'll probably look at this. Of course, it's quite a nice little theme. The men of Gondor, Dol Amroth and Rohan united together, backed up by a handful of dwarves here, of course, too, our buddies, to retake Minas Tirith from the Mordor, Rhun and Harad alliance there. What are you going for, Medex? Are you going for those dwarves? No? Into the Belfast Marines, but to be honest with you, I mean, maybe I'm just a bit kooky, I'm a bit crazy, but I'd maybe be alright with that. You know, it's like, it's hitting me in the face. It's like, you know, I've got some armor, I've got some shields. I'm okay with that. But, yeah, hard to really see. I do always have to stress, I'm a very sacrificial type of player. You know, I tend not to worry too much about losing. You know, I think always in like how much was that worth? It's not so much. So if I'm seeing my guys going down, I'm like, okay, yeah, but how much is every one of their arrows worth? You know, and I'm thinking, it's okay for me. It's okay for me to lose a few of my boys here. So not everybody plays like that. I've got my archers positioned over this way. Yeah, let's go, because there are a few things I'm missing. I do want to sort of explain what I'm doing. Did I get any kills there? Or did I stop that? See, I'm looking at these shadow bows and I'm like, I kind of want these shadow bows dead. There we go, yeah. So you see I'm opening up with these archers into them. It's certainly not inaccurate. They're clumped together, and shadow bows, of course, very lightly armored. I don't want them sitting there. Also, shadow bows probably in melee later on, if we can't shoot them down, are going to be a bit of a nuisance for some of our troops. So if I can blast some of these guys down the wall, I'm happy with that. Let's see, not too effective though is the problem. But still, not bad. I was happy enough with that. I thought I was getting a few more kills than I seemed to be though. Over here, the Dol Amroth spears blocking this avenue. Of course, they don't really have any cavalry. But this has been a big problem for me in some of my siege assaults to Minas Tirith. Sometimes you bust open a hole in the wall, you're loving life, and then you realise that, oh wait, the enemy can just run through now. Because right now we've plugged up their only exit. So if we create another exit for them, they can surprise us. Got all the siege towers moved up, some of my own, but mixing in amongst with the Rohan forces. Right now it kind of looks like Tommy's going to be going in down here, generally by himself. I was a bit of a mix between assisting Rohan through the main gate, but also coming in through this section of the wall. I like to do that. As an attacker, I do like to sort of mix my forces a little bit. It can be quite nice. Let's see, am I getting some shots in? Again, okay, so it's a little bit more effective you're seeing here. A little bit more effective with those shadow bows. Let's see, can you... No, boys, come on, get those bows out. What are you doing? That would have been a nice... If I could get these guys... Oh, they're lining up. If I can get these guys lined up nicely, where they're sort of aiming down at us, that could be a good shot. Come on, boys. Get those bows out. Get those bows out. Of course, and as well, with Rhun Raider straightening his guys out like that, that's making them a much less tempting target for me. That looks okay. That looks kind of nice. Whoa, wait. I was pressing the wrong button. Damn it. I think I still got an okay one there, though. I was pressing delete instead of F12, which is my thumbnail button. So we've got this avenue open, and we're moving the catapult over to this position, which hopefully we'll be able to bust open another entrance. Because if we get 2, then that's feeling pretty good. Then we've got 3 avenues in, and of course we can come in all over the walls. 3v5 is... Sorry, no, 3v5. 3v4 is... It's certainly pretty even on Minas Tirith. I think Minas Tirith can be very, very difficult in a 3v5. You know, there's a lot of trouble for the defenders in that sort of circumstance, but this is a little bit better off for them, but it still is, you know, they're outnumbered, and they're outnumbered by a lot of quality here. Gondor is very, very powerful, I feel, in this current sort of test version. But they're very, very powerful in sieges, as they maybe should be. You know, they've got the armor, they've got good quality, they've got decent archers, so, you know, yeah, they've got all the tools to be quite effective. All those little javelins on top of the beasts too, that's going to be a nuisance for us later on, I think. No, we'll stay at 1 time speed. We'll stay at 1 time speed for now. So yeah, as I say, we've got the new version of the test that's just come out recently. I will probably end up just downloading that and having that, so I will have like 3 versions of Reforged on my computer at one time, but I'd like to try and just blitz my way through all of my recordings on this version first. Some of my recordings, they're on maps that haven't been showcased yet, which have been a lot of fun. It's been amazing sort of testing out some of these new maps, trying to sort of learn all the various tricks about them and so on. And I'm very excited to sort of try and talk about that and explain sort of what I was feeling while I was playing through them. But I don't want to release those until we actually get the official showcases done. So we'll be holding on to those and just waiting for their time. Of course, this is not the true gate of Minas Tirith. This will be some haphazard construction that the evil forces have put together since they've taken it, or perhaps they took it with some sort of secrecy, sabotage, and subterfuge. Armor upgraded Baltroth tribesmen there. I like. There's something about the Baltroth tribesmen. I like them a lot without the armor upgrade, but with the armor upgrade, they look pretty damn cool. So over here again, just hammering away with the catapult, and I think we realised. Oh, you're seeing some of those are getting damn close. It just scares me. You could just get really unlucky and just batter down two of your damn catapults. Saving my ammunition right now. I brought both my archers over here. Oh, we do have a fallen siege tower there. So that's burning down. Luckily, there was no units on that at the time, so that will just burn, but won't be any concern for us. That's why you always take quite a few. They're free. Siege towers are free, so take more than you need. Take way more of them than you need. But yeah, no, that has just collapsed down. Luckily, no poor Gondorian infantrymen crushed as it collapsed. But no, so just waiting. And that's just done from these towers. Yeah. So it's something to keep in mind, you know, because you get so used to playing on cityscapes that you forget a lot of these maps do actually have towers that are going to be causing you a little bit of chip damage. But you know, that chip damage adds up. It certainly does add up as time goes on. So you got to be careful. Pelgar Marines over here, just coming in again just to back up Rohan. And what ends up sort of happening with Warlord, and even myself actually, yeah, because I end up coming in through here. You'll see. These sort of 2 points really become sort of Rohan and Dol Amroth, with a little bit of a spattering of me dotted in here and there as well. Whereas I see Tommy sort of is by himself over there. Now this is when we realised we don't have the ammunition to get through that. Because of a few of those shots that were taken to sort of try and deal with the catapult, we weren't, well, not the catapult, the cannon. We just weren't able to bring down all 3. Oh my gosh. Something's damaged that. Interesting. Okay. Yeah. So yeah, he's tall. They are tall. There's something up with my aspect ratio. There must be. But yeah. Anyway, so the catapult has been saved for now, to be used to basically deal with enemy infantry, rather than just uselessly breaking down a part of that wall. At least that's kind of cut. No, you can still run across that. Yeah, it's not damaged enough to cut that off entirely, but you know, wouldn't have been a big issue anyway. So you see Tommy, he's set up his boys, but there are all of these orc maulers ready to face him. And those Gondorian infantry, as much as I love them, that's going to be a very messy fight for those Gondorian boys. Especially something that I didn't catch in the lookout, but they must be somewhere here, are the Nazgul. There's got to be some of those ring wraiths dotted around. Yeah, because again, like, they are just beautiful on the walls. Absolutely perfect for it. We should be crashing in there sometime soon. So you can see a lot of these dead berserkers. That was a nice catch from Warlord. He set up some of his archers over here and just rattled shots into these berserkers. Very lightly armoured, no shield, clumped up together. Oh, dearie me, it got messy. It got messy real fast. So, but these armour upgraded Dismount Serpent Guard, not as tempting a target. Got that armour, got a shield, yeah. Still losing them to our fire sucks, but it is what it is. This poor guy, is he a captain? Was he one of the captains of the Berserkers? That is another siege tower set up. So you can see here the brave Honour Guard of Tommy have jumped on in here, leading the way for his boys. But that is the only place that we've really got a confrontation right now. Am I advancing? I'm getting ready now to move up. But I've not actually started to climb my siege towers yet. Over here some Gondorian infantry thinking about it, but no, they're pulling back. And you see, so Tommy, it's kind of this sort of messy situation where it's like he's in now. I think he wanted to maybe pull back, but he's already stuck in. Over here, these Gondorian infantry, but they're getting their face filled just with the orc maulers straight away. In a properly like 1v1 fair fight, those infantry, oh nice, friendly fire. Those infantry will do quite a good job, but the orc maulers just have the AP, and while they've still got that numbers advantage to overwhelm them, it's not a fun spot to be. But Gondorian infantry, they're not unskilled. They have got some defensive ability about them, so they're not just relying on that armour. As nice as it is to have. Eastmark spears going in there, getting a little bit of javelin damage into their enemies. But Y2K has ended up actually chasing us out, which is something that we didn't spot. We could have been way more nasty about this. You're seeing, yeah, Warlord did catch it there. And that's going to be a few casualties, but this could have been a bit worse for them. We could have been a bit quicker with that. Well, that's really starting Warlord's proper push now. Oh, no, he's thought against it. But again, that's a lot of dead berserkers there, which is really nice. Oh, yes, that's Tommy. It does say the announcer did think it was my general. But my announcer's been really confused recently. He's been really confused. But, I mean, well, you can expect it. The announcer's been at this for a lot of years now. He's doing his best. It's okay to make some mistakes now and again. But yeah, so with Tommy's general down, bit of a worry for sure. This early on, while he's still got so many troops and so many of these mid-tier units that really do rely on that general to get some nasty fighting done. See over here the Riddermark Axemen. They've jumped straight on into the Lope Flag Rim. I'm actually going to go down to 0.7 because there's, as you can see, it's not the longest fight in the world. When things do actually get underway, they start getting underway very, very quickly, and I don't really want to be missing parts of the fighting. Over here, Warlord thrusting on in with his Dol Amroth Spearmen, going toe-to-toe with those Southron Warband with that AP, jibbing and jabbing. Not really well armoured, maybe not as skilled as the likes of the Dol Amroth Spearmen, but making up for that with the ability to actually crack in through that armour is very useful. But Warlord doing the right thing here, no reason to, oh ouch, dear me, good stab friend. Yeah, not really needing to engage this position right now. Yeah, okay, it's resulting in a few of his guys getting this little backstab attack going in, but hopefully not too bad. But we really do need a little bit more support there. The Southron Pikes work their way in, and they'll start to grind that down. Eastmark Spearmen running away, but very much militia tier boys. Javelins coming forward now into these Dol Amroth spears. But if somebody's going to take that javelin fire, someone's even coming up and over like that. If somebody's going to take that javelin fire, the spearmen, it's their duty. 90 men now. That was 100. That was 100 when they started to run there. That's really not pretty. Not at all what we want to see. I wonder, these guys on that wall, oh my goodness me. So you're seeing the beasts coming forward now as well, just to try and rout off. It did rout off again. They routed off at over 100. So really quite a scary time. And they are actually wanting to maybe charge out. Eastmark Spearmen here though will be able to get a javelin volley into them, suffering some javelin fire. You can see there were some Pelgar Marines that were sat here by one of the players. Somebody really, this Gondorian player really dropped the ball there. He could have saved the day. by bringing down those beasts. I don't know who that guy is. But yeah, up on the wall here, these Dol Amroth men-at-arms shaken, but having a bit of a better time. Over here, really outnumbering them. Whoa, 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 whoa. Oh, look at this. So, once again, that catapult, where the hell is he positioned that? Well done. You see, this is the thing. I just don't understand how artillery works sometimes. Being able to like thread the needle like this is absolutely awesome. And those were two very close hits. We'll hover over here for a little minute longer, see if we can bring down that Dragon's Breath cannon, because that would be... It's only really fired a one shot so far. And as I say, our catapult's done its job. And that's one of them down. That's an... Okay, so they can take two hits. But that second hit is 70... Oh, that's funny. Oh, you see, that's... Because it doesn't have a destroyed animation, I would look at that. I would forget that that's... If I was Medex and I was focused on something else, I would just glance back and be like, oh yeah, it's fine. But that's one of them's dead, and one of them's halfway dead. We got some more stones coming in. Yeah, I just want to make sure that one's gone. And that one's going wide. But you see, we're trying to bring down that Dragon's Breath cannon. Over here, they've pushed us back, but we're okay with that for now. We're okay. Not pushing in through the main gate right now. Rohan, as much as we love them, Rohan can't really do this by himself. He doesn't have the armor, and he doesn't have the heavy numbers. So he needs to be a support. He needs to come in and throw his axes, throw his javelins, and swing his massive axes in behind us. He can't do that by himself. So, flying in here, Gondorian infantry, going toe-to-toe with a flag rim. Yeah, I'm suffering from that AP damage, but yeah, somebody's got to do it. Unfortunately, kind of sucks here. Some of my guys taking, is that crossbow fire? Dragon's Wrath crossbow fire, holy shit. That's coming into my right side, so shields be damned. Right now we're having victory is certain, but fair play, guys. You know, good. It's good to be hopeful. It's good to be hopeful. But right now, yeah, if we can just grind in, tire these guys out, soak up some fire. Okay, it is what it is. Need to get some troops down here, sort of backstab these flag rim a little bit. You're hearing just the announcer constantly announce siege towers. That's just because we're bringing in them all over the place now. Again, this mob, this absolute like coating of maulers. Some maulers actually coming back on the wall after chasing down the Gondorians. This is not a pleasant thing to just shunt yourself into. Really, really not fun. So we're leaving that for now. But I need to get some support up on this wall for my boys. Over here, Dol Amroth is actually making some great work. They're really enjoying their fight against Harad right now. Yeah, of course, the Serpent Guard kind of struggling, actually. Struggling a bit more than I would have thought, because they are, especially with that armor upgrade, they are a more expensive unit. You know, a good bit more expensive than the likes of the Dol Amroth men-at-arms. So they are somebody that you'd want to be seeing having victory there, for sure. Those Berserkers really struggling again up against those Dol Amroth men-at-arms. I guess just that discipline, that again armor even, because I do have to catch myself. I've stopped myself saying this a lot, but like when I talk about AP, I often make it seem like AP is totally negating armor. No, it takes it down by half. It doesn't negate it. So I've sent in these spearmen, backing up Dol Amroth. You can see from the minimap we've come in deep there. These halberdiers are actually getting all the way around. Sorry about the frame stutters here. Yep, well, just a lot of killing going on. And you see with that is the second bombard destroyed. Oh, second Dragon's Breath cannon. So Medexa is down. No cannons, no artillery for the defenders. So that's one of our threats sorted. Our catapult is basically finished now. Our catapult is basically out of ammunition, but we were chuffed to bits with that. These beasts still being a problem for us, just coming in. They're trying to be careful with them, because we do have a lot of tools that can really hurt them. Citadel Guard there from Tommy as well. He's come all the way around here. Could get a good volley in there. And again, that's just so nasty for us. that they've come in, and you can see that group attack, something that you can watch a lot of in like Silmarillion, because they've got a heck of a lot of these elephant units, the Ents and their Balrogs and so on, doing these big group attacks, or Sauron himself. You know, you can see those little, it's not all about that charging, it is about those like bang bang special attacks, but we do want to keep them alive, do want to keep them mobile. So they're pulling out there. Hurt him. As much as I said, Rohan doesn't really want to be the first guy in there. Hartem is a brave Rohan boy. You know, these lads, they need to get stuck in the fighting, so they're shunting themselves in. But we are going to want to back him up. He's got his Westmark Spearman. That is something that can definitely take a bit of a beating. But I really should have some of my troops. I should have some of my infantrymen backing him up. Over here on the wall, I'm continuing to like enjoy that fight up against even these Sauron's will. Okay, no, defeat is a distinct possibility now. But any moment that we've got where we're actually not hating our life in this fight is a good thing. I'm trying to get my Axeman Lasanak up there. You can see my Axeman. Oh my god, Axeman Lasanak coming in up against the Sauron's well. That's just some heavy hitters bringing each other down. I don't quite know what I've... Oh, these walls. It's something you do have to keep in mind. The walls of Minas Tirith can be very clunky. Quite difficult to actually get your boys to climb and to position themselves on the walls. This game, you know, you're seeing these names. You know who these guys are. Like, they are pretty experienced people, so we're making things work. But it is tricky. It is tricky to position yourselves around. Javelins coming up and over. That is from the Belfalas Marines themselves. And Tommy's... I thought that was my own, but no, it's Tommy's Pelargir Marines mixing it up. So a few javelins coming straight, because up against the Serpent Guard, that'd be quite nice. But a few of them just sort of coming up and over. But I think, like, as an attacker, you've got to just take what you can get. I've got a siege that I will go through. I will go through because I think it is still quite an interesting siege, even if it's maybe not the closest one in the world. Where I'm playing as Rudauer on the attack, so I've got a lot of javelins, a lot of axe throwers and so on, as you would expect. And I'm having to basically... I'm throwing javelins at things that I maybe shouldn't. And my argument is, as an attacker, sometimes you got to take what you get. Sorry, I really hope that burp wasn't on mic there. But yeah, anyway. Untitled Champions here, up against the Mahud Berserkers. Mahud Berserkers actually enjoying that fight. I guess it's just because of how dense the fighting is there. You can see how... Oh no! It's not the Mahud Berserkers, it's the bloody... you're seeing them. The Champions and Afarat mixed in amongst that. If this was just the Berserkers, my god, the Untitled Champions would love that fight. Just... Yeah, your swords are going to be gliding through those southern Berserkers. But no, the Champions and Afarat, that's something different. Still, Champions will do their best there. They will try, and hopefully give time for these Dol Amroth Men-at-Arms to... Yeah, well, Dol Amroth Men-at-Arms. Yeah, that's what I said. To do the work that's needed up against these Death-Mounted Serpent Guard, which, yeah, I'm absolutely chuffed to bits with those boys there. Some routing spearmen here. Some Men-at-Arms coming in to replace the spearmen, though. So you can see here, it's, again, still very messy. That's why I've got the mini-map set up, so hopefully you can sort of tell a bit better what's going on right now. Because, yeah, it's a bit tricky. The sort of the blue and the silver, I've got my guards of Asgeliath sent on in here, just to back up this line a little bit, provide a bit more rigidity. And, oh, well, I mean, dude, with how thin my line is, not really any rigidity. We're just kind of focusing on killing power right now, as the beasts flee from us, still hurling javelins down toward us, of course. The Riddermark skirms coming in here, not, of course, to do any like fun cav play, just to get involved and throw their javelins. Tribesmen, it's always great to see the tribesmen getting thrown on into melee, you know, when they've run out of ammunition. Scion Rim blocking these guys up. They've come down from the wall and come face to face with this. Now with these men-at-arms now engaging those Scion Rim, maybe not the... Wow, jeepers sake, that's a lot of them though. I was going to say it isn't the best fight for them, but this has freed up this position now for us to put a javelin unit or an archer unit up there. We really need to fill that up. Over here, Rohan jumping on down. Again, it's not a lovely fight for them. But my infantry over here, we've been looking at these guys. They're not hating their life over here. They're really not. And I've got stuff ready to come in and take their place. So with us sort of engaging away over there, some of these guys filling up the back, it's all right. You know, we're quite happy with that. Yeah, you can see here, I've got my axemen coming running over here. I'm wanting to back up the Riddermark axemen. I was really struggling just to get my boys. The problem is, what you're doing here, I'm clicking these guys, I'm trying to give them an attack order, and sometimes they're just a bit like, wait a second, but not all of these guys are on the wall. I don't know where to go. And they get confused. So that's why it's nicer just to give them a move order onto the wall. But when the wall is filled, and there's no empty space to stand, your boys don't really know where to go. So, or you can't give them that move order. So that's why, yeah, as I say, when you start to get like a little bit more open space, it's easier to order your men to like actually go where you want them to go. That's why, as I say, places like this, absolutely gorgeous, because I could just be grabbing a unit of my javelins and setting them out there. The beasts still just hammering through us, just stomping through our armor. Got my Gondorian infantry here. Again, like, not going to be doing a massive amount of killing in this area. Looks like those Riddermark axemen, sorry, Riddermark skirms now out of ammunition, just coming in. Keep in mind they got that big old axe, so they're coming. They're just playing golf, you know, or not golf, like croquet, you know, just bringing their axes down to crack open those dismount Serpent Guard. Over here, the Untitled Champions trying their best. Like, I mean, they're up against the bloody champions in Afarat. In all honesty, oh, and there's Haven Guard here too. So the Haven Guard up against the champions, that is a true sort of battle of kings. But being outnumbered here, sort of 2-to-1, is not a fun spot for the Haven Guard. And it looks like the Haven Guard were actually just sort of sent up here on this wall and then mostly sent down here or something. Either way, they were sent somewhere else. So there's not even the full unit. But if Warlord is a bit of a race against time right now. As Warlord is trying to get these Belfast Marines set up here so that he can unload some javelins on those champions. That would be gorgeous if he could get that set up. Very, very bloody, to be sure. And over here, yet some Pelagam Marines from Tommy, as we just continue to pour in through this gap. The main gate. Got my Nimlothian Honor Guard in here. Got my fountain. I've got one unit of Fountain Guard I sent on in here. Maybe they're already dead, or maybe they might have not arrived just yet. But this is largely myself now. A lot of Hurtum's forces are still kicking about. Yeah, so it's really me and Hurtum just coming through the main gate. Up against the Olokai, at least we're not fighting them on the walls, but it still isn't a great place. Some dead beasts. That's some good stuff. Maybe I like to think that they tried to come in the back of my Nimlothian Honor Guard and we just jabbed them straight down. Still, Honor Guard, I'm glad that the trolls are somewhere near them. You know, that's the only... And, well, hell, there's Riddermark Axemen coming in to get those axes to use, bringing down these massive trolls. But yeah, we can do what we can. Archers running over here, still with ammunition. More axes heading up onto that wall. But we don't really have that much in reserve. That is one general brought down, though. What are we at generally? 41 for 43. So we are ahead by 2%. We've used up our artillery. The enemy has had their artillery destroyed, though. So there's a lot of tools from both sides that have been used by this point. Over here, Pelagam Marines breaking on in. And now with this, it's a bit of a risky move, but we're really trying to block off this escape route. It's an issue with Minas Tirith. There's only one way to fall back. So if we manage to plug up this gap, all of those orcs that are over there in the north, they're not going to be able to be used. They're not going to be able to fall back. So we need to, yeah, these brave Marines trying to do their best, and behind them, oh, some men-at-arms that have routed, but at least they're getting in the way of some of these Rangers. Seeing those Serpent Archers opening up on the walls, some of these Belfast Marines. Looks like they maybe were out of ammunition. Yeah, no, we're not really getting any javelin play. So unfortunately, no javelins going into the faces of the champions today. But over here, yep, some more men-at-arms. over this position. Some veterans from Tommy coming up alongside those Eastmark spears, getting some javelins. Shield maidens have found this position. That's absolutely devastating for their axes. That might be a quite cool little shot. Shield maidens are fun. If I can find a nice angle, maybe. Nah, I'll grab a shot. We'll see. Oh, might be okay. Might be okay. But yeah, javelin, well, axes going down right into the faces of those Baltroth Sapphire Bladesmen and the Eastron Crossbowmen too. Very sort of nice targets for that. Ooh, that is me. No, that's not me. That's not me. That must have been the Haven Guard. Yeah, sort of in amongst the Haven Guard. So that was Warlord's general that fell. My general is, yeah, still amongst his veterans of his Gileath. So I think he's still kicking. Nimlothian Honor Guard, still at 72. They're really not loving life in the centre there. That's not a fun fight for them, but they're my best troops. So I've got to put them in the dirtiest position. And to be honest, what's up against them right now? They can, as long as they're not getting shot at too much, which they are, they can do okay. Over here, my Axeman Lasanac, breaking through the Sarons well. Sort of, yeah, really just threw ourselves right into the middle of them, sort of tearing around. If I can, yeah, I mean, we're pretty even numbers right now. We're getting shot at a bit, but if I could just delete that Sarons well, then that's a very nice use of them. Some Gondorian infantry here from Windy Pops, but again, as I was saying, it's just tough to get your boys working on these walls properly. Over here, this unit, this still that same unit, backed up, of course, by another one. But still, those 41 guys are some of those original boys that have been fighting up there for an age now. They really, really been just stubborn. Not wanted to sacrifice that wall. Now, because of that, yeah, Tommy is still sort of in reserve here. Oh, no, he is shunted himself up now. And of course, the big issue for Womb Raider is he can't really retreat at this point. If he was to sort of try to pick up and run off... Wait, no, okay, they've managed to push us off it. But I'd say, so if they wanted to retreat, they kind of have to do it soon. Or we're going to break this down. But because now Tommy is in his face, if he wanted to start retreating now, then Tommy's going to overflow him over there and inflict a lot of casualties. If you're wanting to retreat back before the enemy's actually properly assaulted you, you can kind of do that. You can do that pretty well. A few of my Fountain Guard engaging... really the swarms of orc fodder in front of them, backed by some of my Pelargon Marines. Just tried to sort of reload, trying to get their javelins used up. I think I'm going for the there were demons. Yeah, there they are. I'm trying to target down the demons wherever I can with those Pelargon Marines. That was what I was going for. So yeah, those demons positioning themselves around. No, they couldn't find their mark there, but they'll find one. You don't have to worry, they'll find one. Over here, Gondorian infantry from myself, backed up by a few of these Westmark marshals, some of the finest axemen you can find. We'll bring down this. We will break through that. Even the Morgul's Chosen, as stubborn as they are, they will get felled. A few surviving Olakai. Well, one surviving Olakai has been left behind. But yeah, the demons set up there. That's why Hurtim is kind of going for it. He really doesn't want these demons to break through our line here. We will go up to 0.8. I think we can do that. I'm just trying to watch these demons, see what they're going for. Like, you really want to just bring down this, because this is right side as well, so shields aren't going to be in play. We finding it? Hope not, but... I fear they do. Yep, you saw a nice sort of path of them. That was one guy just sending his javelin out early. The rest of them... There we go. Yeah, a little bit of friendly fire, but my god, look at that. That was just a absolute deletion. A few guys standing back up, but so many just gutted there. And that's good, high quality troops that just got blitzed. Trying to rinse them down, but they're tough. They're tough, those demons. The center position starting to get a little bit tough to break through. Still, those golden boys fighting away. A few of the silver lads and the Olakai pulled back here. It's, even with my Fountain Guard and my Nimlothians, backed by a few of these Red Mark Axemen, not really anything more to fill in those gaps. Pilgrim Marines over there, still alive. What we got here? Got the Axeman Lassanak. Shunting in now. I've managed to kind of... I did some practice over at the other side. I think I worked it out. I found out like what you've got to do to get your boys on the walls. So I managed to finally get my Axeman Lassanak to come back this up. A lot later than they really needed to be there, but they're here now. Another fresh unit of Gondorian infantry. 2. Come down from the walls, but been plugged up by these Morgul's Chosen. But again, more and more of the Wim Raiders' forces having to come on over here, which is just allowing Tommy to come flooding on in with his reserves. Yeah, you're seeing some of these guys trying to get pulled off the walls now. Starting to get a little bit manic. But saying that, because Tommy's been sending quite a lot of his troops here, there, and everywhere, there isn't really a big swarm. But yeah, still, they should be more than enough to barrel through whatever Wim Raider leaves behind. My Axemen, still, yeah. Oh, we're grinding it. We're grinding it. Down here, the Morgul's Chosen sort of pushed us off that doorway. I'm pretty sure it's not actually ended up going too bad. Oh god, that's nasty, especially because it's the right side too. I'm pretty sure that was an accident. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that I was just trying to get them on the wall, and then yeah, I ended up sort of moving them past it. But you know, we got to use up the crossbow fire in some way, and that's them out of ammunition now. Thank God. We basically deleted those Gondorian infantry, but we're okay, and we've not routed. Why haven't we routed? Because my general is right there. That's why they've stuck to it. Yeah, I try my best to keep my general sort of as close as possible. Over here, the last few of my troops just basically wiped out a few. I've got 5 guards with Gileath, still happy enough to fight. Good on them. Hopefully they fight to the last man there. Sapphire Bladesman getting set up. Over here, Tommy's veterans coming rushing on down. Over this position, some of my surviving Gondorian infantry managed to stay standing after all that demon's fire. They're still kicking. A few, what the heck, ended up running out. A few Serpent Archers ended up sort of pushing out, but they were grabbed. And yeah, I say they've bottled us up once again into this position, so they do have an avenue to escape if they were that way inclined. I've got my Pilgar Marines trying to rush up here, just really getting up here as quick as I can because I do have ammunition. And as I said before, I'd really like to put a javelin or two into the face of a champion and Aphrat. So if I can get these boys up there, got my Gondorian archers as well. They've got their swords and now do they have ammunition? I can never remember like if because they keep their bow in their hand even when they've got even when they've run out of ammunition. But I don't know if they run around with their swords or not. I'm pretty sure they don't. I think these guys might be done. But I know if I put them face to face with orc fodder, they'll be fine. But with a few champions and Aphrat, that will not be nice. I saw that little banner and I thought it was a blooming Witcher flare. That would have been very, very unpleasant. We saw a great little volley there. Yep, there they are, the axes, shield maiden axes, going right into the Oleg Hive for a second, but which is nasty because the Oleg Hive still have a lot of ammo. Well, not ammo, armor, but the shield maiden axes are very, very damaging. So it's yeah, it's messy all the same. Some Eastmark spears. Usually Eastmark spearmen, you know, only really have like what 2 or 3 volleys. But because they've suffered so many casualties, those last few javelins are probably going to last a while for Hertug's forces. That is a general fallen there. Is that one of my boys? Did I get him? Well done, little Fountain Guard. Well done. Just bringing down that. Was that a? I don't know. I thought it was a runic general there. Ah, there he is. Yeah, that was a runic general. And with the tribesmen. Fair play. Fair enough, Medexa. there's always the debate of like where do you put your general. I'd say I like to put my general in with a good bodyguard unit. But I do see the sense in putting him in with something more basic. Yeah. I used to do that a lot. Like used to have just like a unit of Rude Hour clansmen as my my general's bodyguard. But yeah, I like the vibe of having him in with the elites. It's quite cool with me. Still not managed to make a breach through the main entrance. Medisailed Guard, do you have ammunition? You do. Oh my gosh. Fire at will, hurt him. Fire at will. I think Hurtim's probably focused on other things, but that would be a lovely little just open up willy-nilly type of situation. But even after they use up their ammunition, those Medisailed Guard are going to be very, very, very nasty. Down to 15 guys, and they're still happy enough, which is amazing, especially considering we've kind of managed to get around behind a few of those Morgul's Chosen, which is great. Being a spearman, you rely so much on that defensive skill that you tend to get, and if you're getting stabbed in the back, it's either halved or it's totally removed. I can't remember if you get no defensive skill or if you just get 50% of it. It might be 50%. Same as like AP. I was just moving my head around while I was speaking there. I thought I had heard something behind me. I got a little bit spooked. Axeman still fighting alongside my my infantrymen there, Gondorian infantry. A little bit shaken because of the fire ammunition from these Dunaim shadow bows, but again, I've got my general. No, I've moved my general away. That would be really. If I end up having all of these guys break, that would be horrific. But they're just not suffering casualties quick enough at this time. The fire arrow damage is nasty, but it's not enough. Over here you're seeing, yeah, Tommy has managed to sort of claim sections of the walls and push down. He's got his infantry and some of these Fountain Guard. The Fountain Guard going toe-to-toe with Temple Guard is quite a nice shout. So here's one of the memes, you know. If those Fountain Guard back in the day when they had their proper halberd phalanx animations, that would be really, really messy. But now, it's kind of, yeah, because it's made them a lot better in certain circumstances now. But, you know, they can't really do this sort of flat ground, just grind anywhere near as well. Over here, Executioners having a good time. Is there anything really... Yeah, and again, this is just... It looks like what's been left behind is just the best of the best. And yeah, the Nazgul here, we were looking for those guys. We knew that they were somewhere. Yeah, so Tommy's not going to be enjoying his life over there right now. He's just got a lot of really, really messy stuff to go toe-to-toe with. He does still have his honor guard, but still, it's not about Tommy sort of killing every single one of those guys. All Tommy has to do is sort of rinse down a good chunk of them and stop. Well, I mean, kind of force Wind Raider into a bit of a retreat. That'd be quite a nice thing for him. The Meadow-Sailed Guard, they must have used up a bit of their ammo, or they've used it all up previously. Getting thrown up against the Loke Gamp Rim. Yeah, it's not fun up against the front of a phalanx, but at the end of the day, they are a very good quality unit, so they should be able to grind that down without. You know, it shouldn't take them too long. Veterans from Tommy set up over here. More veterans from Tommy. Over here, yeah, my Peregrine Marines, they got set up. I think I did actually manage to give these champions a volley. But no, they still did. I've definitely got ammunition for those Peregrine Marines. My veterans coming on down here now too. Gondorian archers coming on over here. These guys must be, yeah, they're definitely out of ammo. So I've sent them over here to go and deal with these South Rhun archers by the looks of things. I'm just wanting to make sure I get them all set up on the walls first. And then I can go sort that out. But yeah, Peregrine Marines coming on down. And there's nothing in my way. Few routing forces. But yeah, Tommy flooding on down here too with a few of his troops. We really want to just plug this gap up. So that even if they end up winning down here, we've got it. We've got full access to the town centre. Yeah, Medical Guard doing Yeah, still just grinding away here. Not loving it. But, yeah, now that we've got around behind them, we will finish them up shortly. Coming to the right side as well, or just straight up to the back with those javelins. So they'll get them down soon. Olakai engaging there. Got my archers, got my... oh no, they were Gondorian archers. They did still have ammo. I'm good. I'm naughty with that. Like, I do like to save my ammo. So just going into this little swarm of Eastron crossbows. But really at this point, whatever I can shoot at is good. I don't really have to worry too much about picking my targets, because I'm not really going to be able to get any great targets. But yeah, Tommy is flooding in with a lot of this silver swarm now, coming into the back of the Golden Horde. Will break that down. Medical Guard will be able to come flying on in too. Hertim's got that position locked down. Unfortunately we have faltered there, but still this section of the wall that I've just been battling on for an age is still holding. A few surviving Gondorians. These guys were right here. They've been pulled off. I want to go toe to toe with these shadow bows. Let's get this finished off, boys. Absolutely all of them are incredibly bloodied. We can maybe kill one in the charge. Oh, two in the... Oh, no. Didn't kill any in the charge, but definitely hurt somebody in the charge. We need to be using our numbers here, because, yeah, these shadow bows are not actually going to be too bad in melee there. Going to be a good bit of defense, good bit of defensive skill, but we should be able to kill them off. Got some fire arrows coming into this this part of Tommy's army. Yeah, I mean, they're not AP, those arrows, but they are very high damage. Those ranger arrows. I've been loving rangers with their changes recently. I make a lot more use out of rangers than I ever did before. What have we got? Oh, this is my troops. Where are my troops? There they are. Got some Gondorian archers set up there. I have not started running up. You can see there are a few scraps here. Some javelins, some crossbows with their crossbows out actually, so they've got a bit of ammo. Work fodder, and a few, yeah, guys that are bugged out, but as soon as you make contact with them, they will wake up. So there is, they've got something left there. But you can see it's not enough to deal with all this. Really, we just need to make sure that we rush something up there and start taking this place before Wim Raider's able to get his Nazgul and so on to rattle through the last of our forces. The other team, I really thought I'd be able to make it through that, but no, my throat just finally gave out on me. But yeah, I've got my veterans here. My veterans are flooding on up to back up those few... Oh, we did win! We didn't take a single loss! Good man. But yeah, alongside Tommy here. So we've got the last of the Mordor defenders. Let me just fix the frantically click for a second. As we slam into the last of Mordor there. Now there are still the Nazgul and the Executioners and so on that we're going to have to deal with. But apart from that, this whole area is cleared.
The enemy is no longer
over here.
in command of the city.
Yeah, that is all clear. Now you're hearing the announcer kind of panic for a minute, and that is just because... Am I here yet? No, I'm not. No, I'm not there yet. I don't know what the announcer's up to. But I have started to run on forward now. You can see the Eastron crossbowmen getting that little downhill charge against my Gondorian archers. Definitely, I mean, it's probably the best shout. You know, this is where you want to fight. Because everywhere up there is flat ground at that point. Yeah, sure, you've got a very narrow choke point there, but you'd rather, if it's just straight up melee, if it's just this wild melee. Now what I really should do here, I think I was focused on something else. No, my throat, please. Make it through. What I should do here is grab my Gondorian archers and just do like a double push. Just to like full on flood them and use my numbers. Just to make this happen a bit faster, but... are you gonna let him? Don't just be polite. Don't just let him go. Goodness sake, boys. But yeah, still, like we're wiping these guys out bit by bit. Okay, yeah, they're breaking now. And yeah, good. So we're still pushing up, and it's just those Gondorian archers. Is that all I sent? That is all I sent. What's over here? Some routing troops. No, some spearmen. Oh yeah, these spearmen just came back. Like, they went all the way, like, they went miles and miles and miles, and then they were just like, yeah, now we're cool. we're feeling okay now. They've realised that we've won, and they don't want to get, like, court-martialed. The dwarves come in, they're, you know, absolute MVPs off the field today, just because they were able to bring down those deeply unpleasant cannons. So it was great to have them, and now they're able to sort of go toe-to-toe in melee for a little bit more. Tommy's got his veterans too, still with a bit of ammunition, but nothing really to shoot is the problem. Shield Maiden's over here, still providing that morale buff, I'm pretty sure. But, well, not to really our troops. Allies, do allies benefit from that morale buff? I'm not sure if they do or not, or if it's just your own troops. Yeah, those Nazgul, they're looking a little bit different than they did before, with those pauldrons, much more sort of battle Nazgul now, which is a cool vibe. No, I thought that was a break there from Tommy. But again, this is just the, Citadel Guard. Okay, that's what he's trying to sort of shunt around. He's trying to let his Citadel Guard work their way forward, so that the Citadel Guard with that AP can actually do some work. But that's the big issue. You know, these are some very, very powerful elites, and as much as, you know, we really, really outnumber them, we don't have really anything to match them man for man. Those Temple Guard actually broke. Very interesting. That's quite a surprise. So you can see here my archers flooding on in now to the last Orc Javi boys. Once again, heroic. This guy, this Scion Rim that managed to sort of sneak past us as well. But yeah, so we've taken, arguably taken the center now. The timer started. Now this is, yeah, I think I end up, like, I wake these guys up and then I cut the timer. I need to actually, like, look up, like, how this actually works. How does the, yeah, because I woke them up and it's like, it's not to do with outnumbering your enemy, because I still way outnumbered him. Is it a case of, like, the defender still has to have, like, one full unit inside? Or, I just don't know. I don't know how it works. But yeah, so I end up just basically taking that, because all that happens now is we surround the Nazgul and we start killing them. Absolutely blast them up against this wall. And then we are basically just waiting for the clock to run out, because we just don't have the killing power. We've got the numbers, we've got the armor. So these Nazgul aren't killing us very quickly. But it's the lack of killing power that is the big problem here up against these Nazgul. If we had a unit of, you know, the likes of the Axeman Sanak and stuff like that left over, yeah, the Citadel Guard are doing alright, but there's not enough Citadel Guard, you could argue, to finish this job. Those Gondorian infantry just not... Oh, Medisteel Guard coming in. That's something. That's definitely a decent unit for it. But I end up just getting this set up, and I was like, I do not want to stop the clock again. Oh, wait. Yeah. I was like, I don't want to stop the clock again. Even though we're getting, like, shot by Y2K's archers, I was just like, I don't want to end up accidentally leaving. So I was like, let's just wait. Let's just wait. That's why my boys are sat there. I've got a sneeze in a minute. So, it's coming. Nice. So, yeah. So we'll just hover for a minute. So this was fun. I really like Helm's Deep. I think it is a tough place to defend, actually, because it is just so much. I think that the defenders, the defenders should have fallen back. But you know, it's nice when they don't. It's awesome to have these, like, big clashes out on the outer wall. It's a lot of fun. But especially when we have to make use of siege towers. You know, when you burst, like, 4 holes in the walls, like, yeah, you know, what the hell can the defenders do? They've got to fall back. But when you're having these fights on the walls, I think it's nice for the defenders to hold the outer wall for a while. Now, really, because we were neck and neck, like, percentage-wise, we were pretty much neck and neck until we got to, like, 70, and then we started to pull ahead a bit. I think, like, the first time we made contact here, like, when the Belfast Marines came in, and then got pushed back, maybe that's when the defenders should have, like, started to pull out, because that was even before Tommy made contact. You know, I think had had the defenders started to engage then, that would have been quite nice. Well, started to pull back then, that would have been pretty good. I still think it was pretty damn close, and I think as well, just like dealing with that that cannon was a big win for us. So yeah, oh good, of course I've got Tommy's stuff too. Tommy still had a lot of troops left, so he still could have done a lot more killing. Fountain Guard just showing, yeah, even though they may not have that phalanx animation anymore, they're absolutely devastating. Certainly still an absolute auto pick for Gondor. Citadel Guard, yeah, I mean doing their best there. I think some of them, don't know if they had any ammunition or not. Pilgrim Marines, and then the infantry doing what the infantry does. These poor guys only get a 2 there, dearie me. He went for double veterans. Very cool. Very, very cool. So yeah, me got my veterans there. Oh, they did actually take some casualties. Damn, poor boys, poor boys. Nimlothians now, right. Ooh, yeah, definitely could have done a lot more killing, but we saw what they were mixed in with. There was a lot of firepower coming at them. They were going right in the face of a phalanx. I still would have thought they would have gotten more, and also they had the beasts and the bloody Olokai messing around them. So I'm content. I'm not sad about that. But the boys, 506. They must have been the boys on the left. They were absolutely the boys I sent around the left. I was chuffed to bits when I saw that. That is absolutely like awesome. And then the 160, they were the guys that came in the gate. So we were just getting dunked on the gate. The gate was just not a fun place to fight. But 560 for the Fountain Guard. That's, I mean, that's more than I ever got with them previously anyway. So yeah, I was chuffed to bits to see that. These poor Gondor spears. They came in the left. They came in early. The defenders were very like liberal with their ammunition on us early on. Which again, if they hadn't been, who knows what would have happened, you know. But it did allow us to, and then yeah, 211. I wonder where they were. They must have been the boys that were just holding it for ages up there, and they just were getting good fights. Axeman Lasanic, 260. That's very nice for them. In a siege attack, you know, it's pretty good. Is what I should be saying. And then 211 for the Gondorian archers. Yeah, so it was, let's see, lots of fun. Really, really good one. As Minas Tirith always is. It was cool to take it back with the forces of good. Which, yeah, but I mean, Rhun can be a very good balanced defensive faction. Mordor, with walls, can be very good in defense because they've got, and the shadow bows too as well, you know, so it's, yeah, they got their shadow bows, but those walls with Olokai, Nazgul, executioners, my god, it's not fun. If you can't shoot them down, it's horrific. And of course, yeah, Harad with all their Javis are super on defense too, so and I think I remember Hurton being, I think, was this, I can't remember if it was this one or if it was another one. I think it was another battle where a Rohan attacker is a little bit concerned, but just shows that, because there's been a lot of changes with Rohan, and even with the previous version, I think a lot of people are just like, oh, Rohan, I gotta take half a calf, hey, hello. It's like, no mate, fuck off. So if you're smart, you can do some really good work with it. But anyway guys, thank you very much. I'm going to drink some more water, and I do want to try and record another one, even though my voice might just explode in itself. But yeah, ciao ciao.